Derby County are targeting a double swoop heading into deadline day, with two wingers on the radar for Derby County as they look to complete their forward line heading into the 2025-26 season, which is already underway. Now, Derby County have struggled in those wide areas with Caden Jackson and Corey Blackett-Taylor as those players, and Corey Blackett-Taylor being injured makes it a little bit more difficult. Now, Derby County are targeting a permanent deal for Patrick Roberts, as well as a move for that of Brereton Diaz from Southampton, and this is two amazing moves for Derby County as they look to get themselves back on track and establish themselves as a championship club. Now, obviously, these moves aren't going to be easy to get done, and they are going to be difficult moves, especially when you look at the interest in the two different players. But it's going to be interesting to see how Derby County do get this done over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. But you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and while you're down there, check out the likes of Kitbag, CD Keys, and NordVPN in the description as we head towards this season. Obviously, using those links in the description is a massive help to the channel. It's one way that you can get yourself a product by supporting the channel as well. But should we get into it? Head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. It was reported yesterday, before Derby County took on Ipswich Town, that they were the front runners to sign Southampton's forward Brereton Diaz. Now, obviously, this is a big move, in my opinion, for Derby County, because if you go back just a few years, Brereton Diaz was one of the best players in the Championship, ended up making a move to Spain before then heading back to England, and ultimately it's not really gone to plan over the course of recent years. But what is the most interesting thing about this is that he is just 26 years of age. Now, I personally thought he was within his 30s. I didn't realise how young he actually was, which is absolutely massive for Derby County if they can get this deal done. You look at some of the players they've bought in already this summer. You look at a Ryan Brewster. He's a player who's got a point to prove, and someone like Brereton Diaz is also in that sort of category for me, where he has a point to prove. He's got stuff that he wants to do in the game of football, and ultimately the last few seasons have not gone to plan. Now, yesterday he was not involved in the squad for Southampton in the Championship, but he has played both EFL Cup games this season, playing 99 minutes. Now, across the course of his entire career, stretching back to 2015-16, he's made 307 appearances with 68 goals, 26 assists, 39 yellows and 1 red, totaling 18,768 minutes. Now, most of his appearances have come in the Championship, 230 games, 57 goals and 23 assists. He's by far a very, very talented Championship player. And can John Eustace get the best out of him if he was to return to Derby County? That is going to be something that we're going to have to wait and see. Now, obviously, this is a huge move. Over the course of the last few years, despite being born in Stoke-on-Trent, he has gone on to represent Chile 35 times, scoring 7 goals. Now, his contract at Southampton does not expire until the summer of 2028. So whether this deal would be a loan or a permanent, right now, I am not entirely sure. But you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. He's currently valued at €7.5 million according to that of Transfer Market, but I don't anticipate Derby County will be spending that much. Now on to Patrick Roberts. Derby County are hopeful of completing this signing on a permanent deal and a 3-year contract to bring him in from Sunderland. Now, this does come from Alan Nixon. And he does also state that plenty of Championship clubs are keen on loan moves, but Derby County want to get him done on a permanent deal. And I personally think this would be a fantastic deal for Derby County. Now, his contract ends in just over a year's time. And unfortunately, I do think that Derby County are going to have to make this move permanent instead of a loan. Otherwise, I don't quite think he's going to come here. Now, he is 28 years old. He plays in those wide areas and is a very, very talented player at this level. Derby fans should know Patrick Roberts well from his time here under Wayne Rooney a few years ago. And ultimately, during that season, he necessarily wasn't the type of player that we needed. But in what we're trying to do now, he is absolutely perfect. Now, he's valued at around €5 million as per that of Transfer Market. He made 9 appearances for England's under-20s. I believe that was when he was at Celtic, scoring 4 goals. It is going to be interesting to see if Derby County can get this deal done, because there is a club option for him to extend that 2026 deadline to 2027. But ultimately, will he want to move? He may potentially want to do that. So far this season, he's played just 117 minutes for Sunderland in the EFL Cup and Premier League. Only 27 of those minutes have been in the Premier League. Now, if we go back to his time at Derby County, it was 15 games, 1 appearance, 1 goal with 1 yellow card and 673 total minutes. Now, ultimately, it wasn't a bad run for Patrick Roberts that season for me. It was very much Derby County were terrible and couldn't do anything, and that sort of hindered his process for me. But since moving to Sunderland, he's been absolutely phenomenal for me. Since joining there, he's played 147 times with 9 goals and 18 assists, and I certainly believe he could have an impact for Derby County, especially with that versatility that he does offer. Now, the big question about this is, does Patrick Roberts think that he can get back into that Sunderland team in the Premier League? I think if he's being realistic, the answer is probably no. They spent a fair ton of money this summer at Sunderland, and it's one of those for me where you sort of open your door, you look at the players out there on the training ground and you go, you know what? I'm probably not going to get much game time here, so we might as well go and take a look elsewhere and see what deals we can get done over the course of the next few weeks. Now, obviously, you guys can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. I will be live probably around 6 o'clock for an hour-ish this evening to discuss the likes of Dion Sanderson, Patrick Roberts and Brereton Diaz, and hopefully we may have some moves to talk about tomorrow as well. But obviously, it is a very, very interesting one to have Patrick Roberts and Brereton Diaz as those two links coming to Derby County. It's an interesting position that we do find ourselves in at the minute, where I think that both players are very, very good. I think both players push Derby County into a different sort of stratosphere of where they are currently. I think both Roberts and Brereton Diaz would easily be starters in those wide areas for Derby County. Do I think they take over from Brewster and Clark? Maybe not. But do I think that in terms of, if you look at like our proper wingers in Caden Jackson and Corey Blackett-Taylor, do I think they're better than them? Absolutely for me. And it is going to be interesting to see how this situation does develop over the course of the next few weeks, because it is sort of an interesting one. Obviously, at the moment, Derby County don't have another game until after the international break. The transfer window closes tomorrow as of time of recording. And it is going to be interesting to see sort of how it develops for Derby, because for me, it is a very, very interesting position we find ourselves in, where we've got a very, very good squad, in my opinion. But is it a squad that has everything we need? I personally don't believe so. Now, there's still a lot of work to do in the next 24 hours, and that work will be done by that of John Eustace as we head towards the end of the season. And it's funny because as I'm recording this video, Kane Wilson has just left Derby County on a permanent basis for an undisclosed fee. The club would like to thank Kane for his services and wish him every success in the future. There will be a live stream about this right now over on YouTube, so if you have not done so already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. It's going to be a very interesting end to deadline day, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be dangerous, but Derby County could end up in a much better position. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you have not done so already. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Check out NordVPN, CD keys, and kitbag down in the comments. But shall we get into it? Bye-bye. Head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DTFC kit of your choice.